Welcome back to the Hive. Today we have a special guest. But first, if you get some value out of the show, the Speedway Show, please consider subscribing and liking the show. You're gonna like the show today because we have a special guest. We have a young gun in the Hive today, and he's a great rider. And most of you know him. He raced last night, I believe, at the Gumball Rally, and it's number 30. His name is Alex Martin. Alex,
How's it going?
good, buddy. How you been?
I've been great. Last night was a really fun night and made some good improvements, and we're on the road back home.
You doing awesome. So what happened last night? Talk about that.
Well, last night was the famous Gumball Rally. Um, it was hosted by Kelly Inman at City of Industry at the Grand. Um, so instead of the regular junior format for the Gumball, it was the big kids one. So it was my first time doing that. There's some handicap racing in there, which is a favorite type of format of mine. I personally like a lot, um, and just overall got fifth place and made a lot of good starts and just had a lot of fun and kind of vibed with the fans a lot.
Oh, awesome. That sounds good. So that was your first gumball rally racing with the big boys, right?
Yeah, correct.
And you got fifth place. Is that what you ended up?
Yeah, fifth overall on points. Missed the grand final by one spot, so it was
Oh,
a good
okay.
night.
Oh, very good. That's great. And well, you got, I think you got first in the consolation, the scratch consolation, didn't you, yesterday?
Yeah, first in the scratch consolation with Russell Green and Timmy Dion behind me.
Nice. Well, you had some pretty heavy hitters in the competition, and you were hanging with them. I saw the replay of the race, and you were hanging out with the big guns. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. You're really picking it up.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're doing great. So we had that U.S. versus the world, I think a week or so ago at Bakery School. Steve Evans hosted that event, and you had all these star riders from Europe racing. And how did you do in that event?
Um, that the points I probably couldn't tell you how well I did on points, but um, overall I felt really good. I only scored about 3 points, but you're racing against guys from like Denmark, UK, and just all over the world. Um, those guys are they're just on another planet when they ride against you. They're laser fast, and it's hard to stop them. But I was pretty stoked. I got to lead Chris Harris for a couple laps until he found his way around me and Billy Gennaro in Heat 12. So overall, it was a great experience and my second USA versus the world. So I was pretty stoked on how well I actually did because I didn't expect me getting many points at all. So
I mean, that was the best, some of the best riders in the world, and you came out of the gate with 12% of the points last year. That was pretty awesome.
it was a great day for sure. And it was at one of my favorite tracks now, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. So I was pretty stoked to be able to be racing the fastest guys in the world at one of my favorite tracks.
Uh, doesn't get any better. Eddie Castro said the first day, did you go to the practice they had the day before the races?
Yeah, I was at that practice day. Um, at first, the track was a little bit choppier. there's a lot more kind of the kart track played that kind of washed onto the speedway track, and I remember going out to make make a couple laps just to test it out, and went into turn one and two, and instantly caught a big old grip spot and almost looped it, and ended up by the kart track and saved it though, but it was pretty scary.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess all the riders were getting massive traction on that track, correct?
yeah. There was a lot of traction. Not so much in one and two on the race day, but more in three and four. Um, Billy Gennaro, during one of my races with him, he found that traction spot and hooked up and got pretty close to the air fence, and started a few other riders, and I believe Paco Castagna possibly caught that air fence coming out of the turn and took a tumble. Yeah, yeah. On the race day, he was I think it was Leon Flint that was just in front of him, and Leon was trying to take a higher line, not realizing how close Brock was, right on the outside. Just tried to kind of move over and block that line, so Brock would have to change his whole riding style, and then Brock just kind of ended up being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and clipped that air fence, and went down pretty hard on the upper half of his body.
That's horrible. And I wasn't expecting Brock to be riding last night at the Gumball Rally, and he did pretty well after taking a whole tumble.
Yeah, Brock's he's a tough guy though. He's pretty strong, so I knew at the USA versus the World that he'd be getting up pretty quick, and but even during that crash, he was a little bit slower getting up. But you know, Brock's just he's tough, he's strong, so he was bound to get up and get back riding again.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Brock's a person that sort of teaches everyone how you have to stay conditioned to be a speedway rider and, go through exercise routine and keep your body in tip-top shape because you never know when you're going to hit that air fence and, smash your body up because the stronger you are, the more success you'll have in avoiding massive injuries for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Injuries are something you don't want to ever get in racing. Holds you back from really getting a chance to improve. Luckily, I haven't had any serious injuries. Just hard crashes in the moment, and then but yeah, having bad crashes and getting a few broken bones, stuff like that. They can be pretty life altering for any racer.
Exactly. No, you're right. Yeah, I've had my share of crashes too, and it's not fun. That's definitely for me. That was the dark side of Speedway. Sitting for a couple months doing it after there's just you're alone all the time you're doing it, and not a fun time of life. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, Alex, how did you get involved in Speedway? What got you
Um,
into it?
I got into Speedway because of my dad, Steve Martin. He raced up. He raced up in Auburn. He was one of the top northern riders, and he did Speedway as well as a little bit of Speedway on ice, and did pretty well in that. And we I was living in Monterey at the time, and he would always show me and my twin brother Sterling VHS tapes of his old Speedway videos from like '84 to '89, stuff like that. And then the next Christmas, me and my brother were about 3 years old, and both got a little Yamaha TTR 50 underneath our tree, and we headed up to Fast Fridays and started doing the Pee Wee class there and doing a little bit of local stuff too. And but we stuck around to Fast Fridays a little bit more and started getting going on Speedway.
Awesome. Yeah. So your dad was a pretty good rider, I guess, huh?
That's what I've been told. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
my
He,
father
he was
was the
he
same.
was he was a top rider in the north.
That's awesome. So how did your 2023 season go, Alex?
2023. I hoped for a little bit better. We were trying some new stuff. Particularly particularly like the whole season just on starts and different clutch setups, and we just couldn't find that right leading edge. So we just kept messing around with it, and it did cost us the under 21 championship this year, but that happens. So we're gonna be going back after it this year now that we figured out the right starting mechanism, and so we're confident in that.
Who won the under 21 championship this year?
It was Big Daddy Sebastian Palmisi who won the under 21 in 2023.
Sebastian won that race. Well, I guess he wasn't racing all year and he came out and he's won the under 21. Is that correct?
Yeah, he never raced all year and just came back for the under 21 and just swept the whole pack.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, because a lot of the other guys, we're sitting, putting our work in the gym, trying all this stuff just to put ourselves on the right track. And he comes off of, working with the Supercross team and comes out and then sweeps the field.
What are you going to do to prepare for the upcoming season? Or are you doing exercises? Are you working out? Practice Speedway? What's your regimen?
Um, just when I try to get myself race ready, I always go down the road from my house in Salinas and go straight to the gym there, or go to the gym 15 minutes away with this other place with my buddy from high school. We'll go there. We'll probably stick around there for 2.5 hours just working out. Um, or sometimes on the weekends to get myself race ready. I'll go up to Hollister Hills and do a little bit of riding there with my brother, and just to kind of practice my balancing and my maneuvering of the bike, so then I can transfer that practice and process to Speedway as well. But it's a vigorous process to be able to train just for one night, and that night you don't know whether it's going to be good or bad, so you can put all that preparation into nothing.
Exactly. So much goes into that night. Wind, tires, uh, the track. There's so many variables, so many things. Everything.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Definitely. You're definitely on the way, that's for sure. And maybe next year you will be Sebastian. Is he 21 still, Sebastian?
I think he's got one more year, and but I still got 2 more years to go, but I'm confident this time that I can bring a fourth national championship home to Salinas, so I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, you definitely can do it. I think having a good year this year, like you figured that out, I think that's really going to prepare you for the under 21 next year. if Sebastian doesn't practice uh, so far in the race, it's because he's really been consistent lately.
Yeah, as long as I put in enough effort, or actually put in more effort than anybody else on the track who's going to be in that event, then I'm sure confident in myself that I'll be able to win it.
Oh, exactly. So we're entering the 2024 season. What are your Speedway goals?
Um, my goal is to definitely qualify into the SGP2 series. Going over in June, the beginning of June, to go for the qualifier in Macon, France, and I did the SGP2 qualifier last year in Vojens, Denmark, um, and I was, I think, 13th out of 15th. So this time I definitely want to try and get better than 10th place to try and qualify for the World Championship. But we're going to be going over there to give it my best shot. So that would be a huge goal for me if I can get in the Grand Prix series. So, and the main another goal is to be able to try and make top four this year in the National Round Series here in the U.S.
Definitely. So you raced, it was like a road qualifier with California, and you got 16, you got like six, was it 14th out of 16 or something? And then you do that again?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again in France this year. So it'll be more towards the summertime, but I'm gonna try and do a lot better than what I did last year.
Well, you probably will do that with another year of experience. 'Cause, I mean, each year at your age, because I was like 10 years before riding, and each year, I mean, there's a massive improvement if you stay focused like you will do. So you're going to see yourself really progress quite substantially from the good level you are now, because at the end of the season, there'll be a big difference if you continue on your run. That's for sure.
Yeah, um,
Yeah, you'll do it. So, what's your future goals? Do you want to race in Europe, or do you want to try to be on the GP, or are you hoping to stay home and race at Auburn and or Fast Fridays and Costa Mesa? What's your future dream?
I'd say one of my dreams would be to be able to ride in any other country, such as Poland, Sweden, Denmark, UK. The racing's a lot more fun there. I seem to do a little bit better on the bigger tracks because I'm used to the small tracks where you have to react quick. So when I get on the big tracks, my reaction time to the other riders will be even quicker. But I just love the aspect of the sport overseas, and I'd love to be part of that and be able to win some good races and try and become world champion again.
Hey, we need a world champion since Greg Hancock has been kind of dry, and looks like Luke Becker is going to be hopefully vying for a GP spot this year in the GP. And it would be great to have you, following Luke. And what do you think about Luke Becker and his progress?
Luke's just putting in all the work. He's a beast. He's sent me plenty of videos. The way he works out in the gym is it's unmatched to anybody else. So I've tried to apply that to myself and try and do the exercises that he's doing. Um, but he's even during the USA versus the World, he was just on a different planet. He was just hauling butt, and I think he scored close to a maximum um, at that event, and he's been doing those, and he's been doing those even on the big tracks in Poland and Sweden and Denmark, and he's going to be riding for Leicester this year. So there's plenty more to see of him. So I think he's on the right track to be a future world champion.
Oh, definitely. And you can be right behind him too. So that's good.
Yeah.
So who's your stiffest competition here in America? Who's the guy that gives you biggest stiff?
I'd say probably the toughest competition I have is the top four riders, and at least in Southern California, the guys that are making the main events all the time. Haven't been able to make a main event yet this season or last season in SoCal. So uh, any of those guys would be the guys that I'm trying to beat, because they're going to be the guys that are going to be going over if they keep progressing and doing what they're doing. And it'll be tough for me, but my goal is to try and beat them in the main event as soon as I can. I'd say Max Rummel, Dylan Rummel, Brock Nickel, and Slater Lightcap.
It's some pretty good speedway experience, that's for sure. Oh, okay. So what are you gonna do to beat these guys?
Um, to beat them, you said?
Yeah, to get to their level or rise above them.
Um, well, reflecting on the other night, I'd say I keep doing the same thing and just keep making really good starts. And yeah, just if I have to play games with them, I'll play games as much as I need to. Um, and
Well, you're a safe
just keep
rider.
making good starts.
Yeah, you're a safe rider, and they're safe riders basically. And I guess you have to just keep working on your starts, right? Just keep pressing forward.
Yeah, just keep trying to make gates as much as I can. I normally struggle with the outside gates, but last night I seemed to figure those out pretty good. And yeah, just keep improving as much as I can, and I'm sure that I'll be able to do it.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a young rider racing about here in the practice track, and I literally, I mean, all the time, I would literally spend the whole day practicing the start. I would just practice, practice, practice. And because of the practice, I had some pretty good gates against some pretty top number one riders. So that's definitely the secret for gates is that practice nonstop.
Yeah, yeah. If you can't gate in the U.S., then it's you're gonna have probably a rough time in Europe. So if I can figure out you know how to gate consistently in the U.S., then I think I could be on the right track. But practice makes perfect. So as long as you make do as many starts as you can, then
Exactly.
yeah.
That's true. So besides Speedway, what besides motorcycles? Do you have hobbies or do you have animals or what do you like to do?
Um, with just any type of motorcycle stuff, just to get out and ride is it's always a treat. Because some people get into speedway and feel the intensity and then back out of it because they're not having as much fun as they should, and realizing it's a sport and it's a hobby at the same time. So I'll go and ride XR 100s with my brother just to play ride and kind of just mess around a little bit and enjoy just enjoy the ride, as Hancock would say. Um, but just getting out is always good practice.
Yeah, riding motorcycles is awesome. And a lot of speedway riders, a lot of stop racing speedway, they never rode a motorcycle. They just like they raced speedway and then they stopped racing. They were done with motorcycles for life. And I'm not
Yeah,
like that. I ride my Husqvarna every day and see and ride the mountains, the jungle. I ride every day. I push myself. Every day I push. Sometimes I go fast. Like I'm riding speedway, and I just kick the butt. And I know that I think guys once they stop racing speedway, why they just like quit riding motorcycles. But for me, that's one of the best parts of my life. Is just being on a motorcycle. It doesn't have to be speedway per se, but speedway is good too. But just being on a bike, it's like the best.
oh, it's an unmatched feeling.
Exactly. Well, I want to wish you all the best, Alex. And this year, I know you're going to do a great job. Focus like you will do. Um, just use your brain when you ride, not the throttle like you do. You definitely ride with your brain, I can see. And just stay focused, keep that exercise program up, and keep progressing. You got some pretty stiff competition and those four guys above you. So you have to push it a little harder mental to rise above them. You can do it. Those guys are great riders and you are too. So don't ever forget that. And I want to thank you so much for sharing this with tonight and for your time. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks for having me on, and yeah, I'll continue to do my best as much as I can, and try and beat those SoCal guys.
They're good. Thank
They're
you.
fast as heck.
They are. Appreciate your time. Any last words you might want to say before we end the show?
Um, for anybody who hasn't gone to a speedway race, highly recommend. You'll see it once and you'll be hooked for life. Uh, you know, quick races every minute, and sports looking for more future. So, uh, so yeah, get yourself down to a speedway race. All right, take care, Brian. Thank you for having me. Bye, everyone.